Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how to use the what if analysis tool using PMT and GoalSeek. So what if analysis is a tool that helps you explore different scenarios and see how changes in data can affect your outcome. So I'm going to start with the PMT function. Now, the PMT function is not a what if analysis tool, but is a function available in Excel. But the PMT function works really well with what if analysis. So we're going to throw that in case you don't know how to use it. So let's get started. So if you have not used the PMT function, it's a financial function. You find it in the formula ribbon here in the financial group. Scroll down here, you see your PMT function. And what it does is that it calculates the payment for loan based on constant payments and constant interest rates. So what I'm going to do now is to complete this PMT calculation and see how it works with GoalSeek. So let's take a look at our data in this table at the top right here. So we are going to imagine a scenario where I want to buy a house and I need to borrow 10 million naira from the bank in order to do that. And the bank loans me the money at 2.5% per annum. That's 2.5% interest rate per annum. And I'm borrowing the money over a term of 24 months, which is 2 years. So what I want to work out here is using the PMT function is how my payment is going to be each month with this criteria. Now let's start. I'll type in my PMT equal to PMT. Here we are going to see three arguments. So the first argument required is my rate, which is 2.5%. Now, if you are working out a monthly payment, it means all of your input has to be monthly. So this rate is per annum, that's per year. So what I need to do now is to divide it by 12 to get the rate per month. So I divide by 12. Our second argument is the NPER, which is the number of payments. That's the term, which is 24 months. 24 months, 2 years. We click on it, comma. The next argument here is the PV. That's the present value, which is the loan amount. That's our 10 million naira that we are borrowing. So these other arguments in the brackets are optional. In this case, I don't really need them. This my scenario, I don't need them. So let's close the brackets. Enter. Now, you are seeing a negative value. This simply means the reason for this negative value, it simply means this is the amount of money coming out from our account. But we don't want it to appear like this. So what we have to do to change it to a positive value, we go back to our formula. At the back of our loan amount, we put a minus sign and close the bracket. Now it has changed to a positive value. So this amount right here 427,603 427,603.92 kobo is the payment we are going to be making per month. That's the payment what we are going to be paying to the bank every month for 24 months in order to clear our loan. So now let's move on to how we can use GoSeek in order to make a change to this formula. Looking at this, my payment plan will be 427,603 every single month. But I've actually budgeted for 500,000 every month. That's how much I can spend. So I'm going to use GoSeek to tell me how much more I can borrow if I was paying 500,000 more. So I'm going to jump up to my data ribbon and go down to what if analysis and select the GoSeek option. The first thing I'll see is to set the cell. So I'm going to set this cell. I'm going to set this payment cell to 500,000 naira. The value will be 500,000 naira. So I'll set the cell. So I've set the cell to 500,000. That's how much I can afford to spend. Now what do I want to change? I want to borrow more money. So I want to see how much I can borrow if I can pay 500,000 a month. So I'm going to select the loan amount cell and click OK. And you can see that if I pay 500,000 a month, I can borrow 11,693,063. 690 11,693,063.93. Let's just say 11 million, 11.6 million. That's how much more I can borrow. Similarly, I can do that on a different cell. So let me cancel this and go back to how it was. If I go back to what if analysis, I'm going to say set the cell to 500,000. By changing cell. So the cell we are now changing to see how many months I can pay if I actually collect 10 million naira and pay 500,000 every month. Let's select the month cell and hit OK. So if I'm paying 500,000 a month and I'm still borrowing 10 million, it's only going to take me 20 months to pay that back. So that is kind of how GoSeek works. Now let's use it in a different example. Let's scroll down. Now you see I have something slightly different. Look at the second table. Here I have some exam scores. Let's pretend this is an exam score for a student, and you can see all the different scores for the different subjects. Now the student has to get an average score of 85 in order to pass with a grade A. Now they haven't written the economics exam, but as a student, I want to know what is the grade I need to get in order to have an average of 85 across all subjects. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the average. I'm going to work out the average here. I'm going to say equal to average. Now I'm going to select all the cell, including the blank cell, and close the bracket and hit enter. Now, in order for GoSeek to work, you have to put any number here in this blank space. GoSeek cannot work if you don't add a number in this blank space. In order for GoSeek to work, you can just add any number here. And I go back to what if analysis. Then I'll set the cell for the cell we are setting to the average. That's the average score that I need to get, which is 85. By changing cell, we are going to select this cell, this economics that we don't know, this blank cell that we added 90. Just select it. That's the cell we are changing. And hit OK. Now, I can see that in order to get an average of 85 across all my exam, I need to get a score of 97 in my economics exam scenarios. These are two different scenarios where we can apply GoSeek. With these two scenarios, I hope you now feel confident using GoSeek to explore different outcomes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future Excel tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.